Tbull here. Today we got a game in the Sinop for a ranked match. There's Kedrov, Scharnhorst, Hyde. Hyde adds some HP to your battleship. Uh, this one was not played on the stream. I played a smaller session prior to streaming yesterday, which a lot of you guys tuned in for to see the ranked action there. This one you haven't seen yet, so only the players that were involved know the outcome. Here we're on Haven, of course, domination mode. Sinop. What's the key to the Russian battleships? Don't get shot in the sides. That's the key to most of the ships in the game, of course, but extremely important for the Russian battleships. Very strong when pointing directly at the incoming fire. Yes, a lot of them, including the Sinop, do have a little bit of a weak spot right on the top of the nose, the bottom of the nose at the waterline. Impervious to everything. Some of the strongest armors on that Russian waterline armor. The icebreaker, it's called. But above that, a lot of times there's a weak spot that you can potentially hit. Not the easiest shot, but something to be aware of playing both for and against the Sinop. But here we got the Maz. He's moving forward right off the bat. Little indecisive. He's kind of going in between A and B, probably waiting to see where his team deploys. I get the sentiment, but we're waiting to see where you deploy. The destroyer, of course, in these games is the central focus, and it should be protecting your own destroyer, which is going to inform a lot of our decision making in this game, and killing the enemy destroyer, of course, which likewise informs some of the decision making in this game. So that's basically what we're trying to do as battleships, as cruisers. These guys, they got the anchor parked, they're on the moon. That's going to be a bit of an issue because basically what we're doing here, we're trying to move forward, get this island on our right hand side there, protect us. We're going to not influence B to open the match. Then we're going to point forward at these guys and then try and keep them away from the cap so our destroyer can get the cap. We need support though, because this is a very tanky move. We're going to have multiple ships, 3-4 ships potentially shooting at us, maybe even torps. The destroyers over here. So we want to, yes, we're going to tank these shots, and it's a nice play to make, especially for the Russians. But if your team's just sitting there watching you do this through the binoculars, then you're wasting the HP, you're wasting the effort, you're wasting the ship, because you will die without the support. So a little disappointing. Definitely increases the difficulty when we don't see our teammates moving forward. You need to be in range to shoot stuff, and dropping anchor or reversing to start the match usually not going to get you in range very quickly. Anyway, we continue to move forward here. Need to get that island on our right hand side of the ship. That's going to protect one of our sides. Then we're going to be able to present our left side more northward away from these guys, and then just angle in at them. Try to absorb salvo after salvo while dealing return fire. If they're going to be dueling us, and you can see they're doing a pretty good job at angling, Colorado, North Carolina, good job pointing towards us, firing from the front guns only. So this is a pretty good battleship duel right here. They should be trying to wait until my guns are facing at them and then shoot directly into the fronts of the turrets. That's one of the weaknesses of these Soviets. Flat-faced turrets, so you can knock them out quite easily. The closer you get, the easier the shot. So definitely target those turrets. Once you knock them out, then you reduce their DPM, and yours is unaffected, allowing you to turn the tide and win those duels. But anyway, this is a pretty good battleship duel right here. Once again, we're finally seeing a little bit of fire from behind us, but we haven't seen a lot yet, and that's kind of making the difference. Atlanta peeks out here. I don't know if he just wasn't able to arch shots over the island, or perhaps he was trying to radar spot the destroyer. Whatever the case, he pops out. We, of course, shoot at him. He is prime target. Radar cruisers, huge threat to the destroyers. And we were talking about the destroyers being basically what we're all trying to protect and destroy on the enemy team. Protect our own, destroy the enemies. So that guy, the radar cruiser, major threat. Ergo, he's a major threat to our team. Ergo, we need to kill him. So we're going to continue to ping these guys on the radio. Ground control to Major Tom. Commencing countdown, engines on. We need you on Earth here. No longer is floating around in space going to work back there. I think they're going to finally start to perhaps move forward a little bit. We do take out the Carolina. The Colorado was previously eliminated. We're going to take one final shot at the Atlanta B. He's splashing us in the eyes here with the golden showers, so we're going to get out of here, and we're going to disengage. The action at this point in time is on B. You can see they're trying to flip that. We got A comfortably under control. They do have some ships going over there, but we still have some support ships back there. So they're not going to be flipping that anytime soon. Meanwhile, Gneisenau and Biscuit pop up here. Now, of course, the destroyer prime target, of course. We've been talking about that a lot this video, taking out these destroyers, protecting our own, and dealing damage to the enemy. So our destroyer, you can see, was over there trying to challenge B, and now he's been spotted. He's going to go ahead and drop the smoke. I'm not sure if he uses the sonar or not, because the Biscuit is shooting his guns. We're going to keep him spotted until he puts that smoke in between us and him, which isn't going to happen because our team is doing a great job shooting him. Look at all this fire coming in here, and finally these guys are starting to chime in, and that's when the tide of this game is going to get out of control. Down goes the Biscuit here in this sequence. There he goes, and now the Gneisenau, he's in a little bit of trouble. He's got a lot of guys kind of surrounding him here. But what I can't remember if I noticed during the sequence when I was playing it or not, but I did notice it when I watched this game back. We actually got a heal during that whole sequence right there. And we noticed there's another one over here. We're going to go towards that. Now, risking broadside at the Gneisenau, we are checking to see if his guns are pointing over here. If they are, perhaps we don't go as aggressively to the heal as we would be. But we want to be capturing these heals, and we saw that especially during the stream where we played, the majority of the ranked games this season. The heals can turn the tide, and they did turn the tide on several games. So, of course, your order of importance is capture and control the objectives. That's never going to change. If you ignore those, you'll lose the games. You're not going to be doing very well in ranked. That's just the fact of the matter. That's never going to change. But right below that now, a new layer of importance. And we don't know if this is going to be a permanent feature of ranked or maybe something that'll happen once in a while. But anytime we got these heals that pop up here, we need to be capturing them. Okay, and conceding these heals allows one of the two win conditions to continue to exist for the enemy. Okay, basically, we're trying to win on score, but once in a while, we're going to win by killing all the ships, okay? But if all the ships on the enemy team have a constant background heal, especially if they're getting multiple heals stacked on top of each other, now you got to deal more damage just to kill these ships because they're generating more HP, which means it takes longer to do that, which means if you're not in control of the score during that time, you're really in trouble. Because now you can't kill them, which is what you were kind of relying on by conceding the points to begin with. So you're really in trouble here if we don't control the heals. This becomes a problem if you concede a side to open. And we saw this in a few games where the whole team would go to one cap or the other, and then poof, the heals they generate on the map, they surround the cap that you've conceded. Now you've given up a free cap, which is generating points for the entire game, hundreds of points, and the enemy's got the heals. The game's over at that point in time. So you cannot be conceding sides, and you can't be conceding the heals. So continue to focus on good deployment. That's key now. Anyway, that'll do it for that one, guys. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, hit the thumbs up, please. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. If you got questions, comments, leave them below. I do love to hear from you guys. And we'll see y'all later. Peace.